Used to say y'all were crazy thinking that Sauce Walka backdoored his own artist who was recently killed in Memphis. But at this moment in time, I can no longer defend Sauce Walka, bro. All right, because at this point, he's either out of his mind or he's the backdoor king, bro. Either way, it just don't make sense.
What he do? What he do?
So the reason why I'm no longer defending Sauce Walka when I hear y'all put in the comment section Sauce Walka backdoor Sayso P is due to this recent interview that Sauce Walka just did. And during this interview, he shot it out. Actually listed one of Sayso P's top ops as somebody he's really close with. If you've been paying attention, then you know already that Sayso P's mom and cousin both assigned blame to Sauce Walka and claimed that Sayso P was set up and backdoored. So the cousin was right. Still, stop lying on my cousin name straight up. Y'all running your mouths without the truth. They set my cousin up for an insurance policy. I don't care. F Sauce Walka.
But how though? How though? And then what the mom say? This the mom, right? What she say? This the type of lies and that keep mothers losing their sons. My son never stole anything, never ran off with anything, didn't have to. Haters, why they block out? Anyways, haters set him up, but haters? What? You can't say haters? Haters set him up, but not because he stole a dime. He would give you his last before he would steal anything. Please stop spreading rumors. Let me repeat that. He didn't have to take from anyone. Money wasn't a factor for, I guess she at him. That's his name. Exit 8. Tank the bank. Bro, what? Anyways, he was too loyal. Too loyal to the wrong people was his biggest downfall. Okay, so they block out haters here, but not here. Alright. Haters who were envious deleted my baby, but I won't let y'all steal his legacy. People see him with a stack and say anything. That was his.
Toya Redden would say that, that Ate the Tank was too loyal and he was loyal to the wrong people. And he was actually set up. While being aware that the family of Sayso P is already looking at Sauce Walka a little funny in the light, Sauce Walka thought it would be a good idea to go on Wicked Films and shout out these people in particular. Out of everybody else in the world, he could have shouted out. He shouted out this group of people.
Still gotta conquer, still gotta achieve. I hate I had to come, you know what I'm saying, be here on these terms.
And that's what everybody was saying. They was like, why they had to hit Sauce? Like, you don't even understand. Everybody was like, everybody was just waiting on your response, like, and then when y'all put that up, bro, everybody was like,
cause everybody thought people thought I was gonna hate Memphis for this. And
yes, bro.
Hold a personal vendetta against Memphis.
Everybody thought it was a war coming.
Yeah, we did.
Cause motherfuckers know what type of time I be on. Like, it's
the type of power.
It's nothing. I got a different type of power and
real
love,
talk,
bro. If I wanted it to be that, it would be that.
Be that, yeah. We know that.
That don't give me I got people that I love out here.
Bro, how foolish! What are we doing, bro? We're watching, Whack 100, Big U, Loose Cannon, Brick Baby. We're watching all of them in this Rico from making too much content on Adam, No Jumper, right? Adam 22, No Jumper. And here we have other people doing the exact same thing on other podcasts, bro. Like, shut your mouth. This dude is literally on a podcast saying, yeah, I got people who would go and delete you for me. And other people on the podcast are saying, yeah, we know you got that kind of power. We know you could do that. But then, should the cops come, that you gonna be the first one to say, oh no, we were just talking. Like, come on, bro. What? Why do people line themselves up like this?
I got a lot of respect out here. I got families and coalitions of different brothers out here from Bread Gang, my big homie Head Endless. You know what I'm saying? I got niggas in the streets all over here that love a nigga. CEO Jizzle, just a bunch of different gangsters is all around the city.
Sorry for cutting it, but this is why I couldn't be in gangs, bro. I'd be taking it way too serious, evidently. I'd be like, bro, what? You call my name, bro? What? I'd show you something. What is you doing, bro? What is you going on radio, talking our talk for, and calling people's names? Bro, what is you doing?
They got a personal love for me that has nothing to do with this particular situation at all. And they feel as if I was with them instead of my personal artist, this not what happened to me.
Real. Yeah.
And by the way that it went, how can I say that that's not true? And because in reality, if just like I could say, I could start a war, the nigga could have took my life and I could be dead right now. And people that surround me, that love me or that feel these ways, would have had to make these decisions on their own.
Shouting out CEO Jizzle days after Sayso P's death, while you're being accused of backdooring Sayso P and talking about how you would have probably been more safer if you was hanging out with CEO Jizzle and them, it's crazy because Jizzle and Sayso P are ops. Sayso P is heavily linked to Big 30. That's his mans, that's his brother. Here's Big 30 on his Instagram story showing love to Sayso P and still letting it be known they're still connected. Regardless of whatever backdoor story is out there on the internet, he's still connected to Sayso P and they still locked in. Sayso P was so tied into Big 30 and Bread Gang that Sayso P on multiple occasions can be seen wearing a Bread Gang chain.
If it's smoke, then I'm coming with it. I ain't gotta have no nigga to off you. I'm the one coming to get you.
And because Sayso P chose to represent Bread Gang and Big 30 and Moneybagg Yo so much, CEO Jizzle considered him an op too. Bro, CEO Jizzle despises Big 30 so much, bro. CEO Jizzle at some point went on his IG story and went looking for Big 30 in his own hood, looking to spark off a gunfight that night.
They really scraped me.
See what I mean? This is what I'm talking about, bro. Like, just, do we not learn? Do my people not learn? You know? Like, why you doing this and first of all, it's 2025, bro. I feel like nobody really needs to be doing this kind of stuff, right? You don't really need to live this lifestyle. And secondly, you definitely don't need to, should not want to, and should not feel like you have to record this and put it up on any social media platform.
In my back, 30, you a bitch. You ain't low key in that cat. 30. Hit your fat ass in your back.
And homie
you ain't ducking these switches cause you don't move that fast. Hey, you too big to dodge, nigga. Catch your ass, boy, you too big to dodge. Big homie G, he too big and you dodge.
Oh, that's crazy.
Hey, y'all too big to dodge. X's on the wall, nigga.
Well, that's what
see them X's on the wall, nigga. Where we at? Yeah. See them X's on the wall.
My nigga laugh like that.
He like it. I see them X's on the wall, nigga. Where we at, nigga? Fuck you talking about? See them X's on the wall, nigga.
The boy got this thing.
Yeah. See them X's on the wall, nigga. Where you at?
This isn't some rap beef. This is actually a pretty serious beef between Bread Gang, CEO Jizzle, Big 30, and the one person that we saw who took his opportunity to diss Sayso P and diss his best friend Baby Draco after Sayso P passed away. The person who did that was no other than CEO Jizzle. He's gonna post, y'all check on Drake Baby for me. Being funny, bro. Right? And Drake Baby is Sayso P's best friend. Trying to be funny after Sayso P got shot. Right? So then Drake Baby would respond back saying, you a B. And then that obviously led to them going back and forth where CEO Jizzle is now threatening Drake Baby in the comment section to do him harm too. So it's really peculiar to me and a lot of people why Sauce Walka will go out of his way to shout out CEO Jizzle, knowing CEO Jizzle is the op. CEO Jizzle don't like Sayso P. Now, I know you say like you got a relationship with Jizzle and them and they felt like you would have been safer with them than then, but still, like, the man just passed away. Even if you are cool with both sides, which is kind of like, especially because this beef is some life or death beef. So the fact that you were playing both sides or cool with both, or you were playing the 50, kind of leaves some credibility to the backdoor rumors. But I'm not saying it's true because I'm not trying to put backdoor on anybody, but to do this is crazy. Now, Sauce Walka would expound in an interview claiming that he's not retaliating for Sayso P's death. He's not getting no get back, none of that, because, well, it's dumb. And he recognizes the rules of the streets, and in the rules of the streets, them folks did nothing wrong.
Oh, I mean, you know, I took the risk and came to my brother's hometown.
Hold on, is that what you really gonna say? We gotta listen to this, because that's kind of crazy to say out loud. Like what? I feel you, but that's still crazy.
With him, I stood next to him, and that's just a part of the streets. Like, You gotta take the good in with the bad. You sit next to a target, you become a target no matter how you want to look at it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a casualty of war. So as much as my heart is broke, as much as my soul is bleeding, I still respect the rules of the streets. I understand what come with this shit. I gotta make other people around me and people that's from my city and my state understand that as fucked up as the situation is, and I could have lost my life and my life was put in danger, it wasn't intentionally for me. And motherfucker could have took my life and they didn't.
Rainwater was incorrect in terms of they stood over him and gave him a pass because they seen it was him. But Sauce Walka is confirming that the shooters, as we watched on camera, they watched him fall to the ground and they could have ended him there, but they gave him a pass. And because of that particular pass, he's either grateful that they gave him a pass, so now he's not really trying to, get back, because as long as they only took Sayso P and it wasn't meant for him and they gave him a pass of his life, then he got no reason to slide for Sayso P. But
how you feel about that for real? Because, like, all right, that's your artist, that's your man's. He was doing something, somebody came for him, they saw you there, but they let you slide. But what would I do, bro? I don't know, because depending on how much of a man's that was to me, bro, like, I don't know if I could let that slide. But truth be told, like, yeah, if it was just like an acquaintance and they had their own thing going on and it really was not meant for me, then like I could understand why would I put myself in it, because now, as far as they're concerned, it's done. They got who they came for. And if it wasn't really for me to put myself in it, I'm now extending, prolonging, and probably amplifying something that was considered done. Sadly, my man's gone, but it's done. But if it was my man's man, like my real homie, like, then you probably would have taken me too, because more than likely him and I would have probably been in the same mix. So you probably would have been coming for both of us, not just him. Or we probably would have been on, better P's and Q's if the two of us together know what we was on. You feel me? But I don't know. I feel like I kind of understand that situation.
Others will look at that and say, come on, bro. Who's leaving behind a witness who just seen like everything that's going on? Right? Now, I've always said it was silly because I don't see or think that Sauce Walka would throw his life away for silly insurance money. Like, that's just cap and stupid. But if you tell me that Sauce Walka had a really close relationship with CEO Jizzle, now he's shouting them out, claiming they wanted him to come and hang out with them when he's in Memphis. When the whole time I thought Sauce Walka was Team Big 30 and Team Sayso P. If you tell me that Sauce Walka is really close or closer with these people, and he sacrificed one of his homies because they wanted him, then that's a story that I'll entertain even more. But this is just really bizarre behavior on behalf of Sauce Walka.
Yes.
But I ain't gonna hold you, bro. That shot to the leg, bro, because he did get hit. That's why he got the canes. He got a hole or two in his foot. Broken bones. Like, how many people gonna take a hit like that? I don't know, bro. I don't know. Some people crazy. Some people would do that. But at the risk of you also dying because of the size of that hole, bro, he could have hit something important. Could have hit a main artery or something. Could have ended up never walking again. Who's to say the guy would have been a good shot? Could have hit you a little higher up, hit you in your waist instead of your leg. Like, you never know, bro. So I don't know.
Saying so. Good men down here from different cities and states, including mine, around here ready to do whatever by snapping my finger in retaliation to what happened to me and my little brother. But as much as it hurt my soul and it really break me down, I'm damn near getting emotional right now thinking about this shit. I can't retaliate because that's not righteous. Because my brother had his own dealings as a man that a nigga respect. And a motherfucker had the opportunity to make me 100% accountable for the same thing that they felt, whatever the situation is, because I still don't know what the situation is with my brother, but whatever it was, that could have held me the same level of accountable that they did him and took my life for no reason the same way, whatever that his was taken for. So at the end of the day, I gotta be a man and be an honorable gangster and respect the fact that I put myself in a place where I wasn't supposed to be standing and sitting there, but as a gangster and as a brother, I'ma stand next to my brother no matter whatever this nigga going on, or whatever his personal beefs or problems is. If we shook hands.
Bro, when you look into it, maybe he's saying that. Could it be that he's saying he knew people were coming for Sayso P, but he chose to still hang out with Sayso P in that area? He just didn't expect it to go down like that. And even though he knew people were coming for him and he chose to hang out with him, when they did come and they gave him a pass, now he's like, all right, so I knew y'all was coming. I knew I shouldn't have been there. I was there and y'all still let me slide. All right, bro, you know what? I'm cool. I ain't gonna retaliate. You know what I mean?
Hands, and his whole life and energy wasn't surrounded around chaos, but I'm not gonna act like my nigga no gangster either. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes gangsters gotta cry, sometimes gangsters gotta die.
I understand respecting the rules of the streets. I understand being understanding of what took place. But what I don't understand is talking about these people in glorifying terms, talking about these people as if they're like respectable human beings who was just, treating the streets like the streets, and taking out their mans. That's true. You could still have that opinion of, man, listen, man, if that wasn't my homie, I can't really fault them for doing what they did. But you can still say that was my homie, that was my little brother. I'm upset. I don't rock with those dudes. Those dudes are slime balls. And you can still say, man, I'm not retaliating, bro. I'm a changed man, but still recognize those dudes are clowns who did it. But the fact that, he's just talking like, man, it happened, man. He had it coming, man. Shit, listen, man, it's the streets, bro. He had it coming, ho.
I ain't really get it like that. I don't know. You could let me know how you got it in the comments down below. You could head over to Poetic Flacco. Let him know how you got it. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. But I don't really get it like that from him. I feel like he wasn't saying it like that, bro. I don't feel like he was saying it like that. Anyways, yo, that's all I got for y'all today, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.